me recap what we discussed. Okay, initial 4 days. Just within a 5 minutes, I will complete the recap part. Team, we started with the IMS introduction. Okay, and products, how data will be stored, terminologies in IMS DB, how the data, what are the terminals like pins, database record, segment, levels, right? So how to data, what is the database record, database path? Okay, so these are all the things we discussed theoretically in yesterday's session, right? As I said, today we are directly going into the hands-on part. So let's take an example. Team, I have a IMS DB. I want to read the data from IMS DB. So what are the things are required? Okay. So what are the things are required? What are the steps? I'll be writing clearly one by one now. So this will help you. Even these are all the steps will help you to start doing a hands-on for for you also. So please observe and remember the points. Okay, because whatever you discussed, whatever we discussed so far, right? Those are all theoretical points. If you can get anywhere from now, because now I have given idea, so you can by reading anywhere you can understand. But these steps you don't find anywhere. Okay, so I tried a lot to get the sequence of the steps. One or two blocks are there which has a steps of the entire process. Okay, so that is the reason we are not able to get any source resources on Google or any environment. Okay, so but now you're getting a chance. Okay, and you are attending this training, so please try to utilize it. So step one, T, we need to create a, okay, we need to create the DVD. So what is DVD? So database descriptor. DVD stands for database descriptor. So if I want to store the data in this particular hierarchical manner, okay, so I have to declare who is the root, okay, who are the children of the root, ward and facility, who are the children of the ward, who are the children of the patient. So I want, okay, we have to define this structure. This is called database structure. So in DVD, you are going to define database, okay, structure. Okay, you have to define structure. Okay, database, database. Okay, database. You have to define. You have to define database. So defining a database is not your responsibility. It is a IMS DBA responsibility. But on this environment, we have a flexibility to create our own database. So you can also practice it. The next one thing. So it's very important when you are defining a database, right? As a like you got a chance, okay? Your management asked you to create a DVD. So but still you are in a position to it, right? So once you database, you cannot able to change anything. Okay. Once the definition is done, so you may not be able to do it. So again, it will be a complex process. It is not only complex process. You have to do so many places changes. Okay. So once you define a database, the rest of the changes, I know, keep on adding fields and all, very difficult. It is a lengthy process. So that is the reason when you are going to create a database, make sure that so everything is there in the database in a hierarchical manner. Whatever they design in the high level architecture level, you have to define properly as per their business requirement, right? So what you are going to define, I'll talk about it. So once you do definition thing, so we have to create PSB, program specification block. Okay, in that there is some PSPs, BCBs and all. We will discuss it. What is PSB? If you ask me what is PSBT, so here I would have defined, okay, I would have defined, so hospital is my root. Okay, in hospital I have ward is there. In a ward, there is patient. Within the patient, I have a symptom. Okay, symptom. Within the patient, I have treatment. Okay, so there is another component. So if any type of error is there, so please bear with that. So doctor. So okay, next we have a something called facility. So you are going to define in the DVD hospital. So first you have to define the hospital. Like we have seen yesterday, database path, right? Same pattern, you have to define it. First you define the hospital relevant fields like hospital name, okay, hospital code if it is applicable. So it depends on our business requirement. Now here I might be having ward number, ward name, okay, so like prime ward or okay, AC rooms deluxe like that. So multiple fields will be there. So against here patient number, patient name, okay, patient and so on. So what are the things are required as per your business? You require define it. In the symptom, okay, so symptom date, okay, symptom date, symptom, what is the symptom? Okay, symptom date and symptom name. Okay, what is the symptom? It is a fever or okay, cold or COVID or something else. Then we have something called treatment. Okay, so what is the treatment date, any surgeries, all those details will be here. Next, doctor. So who is the doctor for this particular patient? Okay, so doctor details, doctor code. Okay, so doctor code, doctor name and so on. Facility, the details of the hospital, where it is located and so on, contact details of them. So it will be like this, right? Now, so once the IMS DBA defines the database, okay. So like let's take an example team in DB2. You created a database. Will you get a chance to, first of all, will you get a chance to create a table? I don't think so. Okay. In 80% of the projects, clients, you don't get the chance to create a table. Even it is a old project, it is a new project. So 80 to 90% only there is a separate team who will take care about creation of the tables. Same thing even in IMS also, in IMS database also, this database is created by you. Now, so once the database is created in DB2, do you think you will get all the access on the table? Will you get it? By the way, can you please respond? Will you get all the accesses on table in DB2?
No, no.
No, right? So on which program you are working, on which application you are working. So they might give for one table select access, they might give on another table update access, they might give on another table a delete option. Depends on the business case. But so on a single table, you will not get all the access. You cannot get same thing. So even IMSDB also, okay, so they have to maintain the security, okay, so they have to maintain security concept and referential integrity implementation and consistency data, okay. So if they want to do all of it, so we can do it. So in a PSB, let's say I have a 3 developers are there. So developer 1 is working on the ward, so and is trying to retrieve the data. So what I do team, I'll create a one PSB to read the data from what only read access. I will say G. G means get access. Okay. So I will create a one PSB. Okay. I will create a one PSB where I provide access on this. So this PSB, you are the developer supposed to access. Okay. So I will give you some PSB name, program specification black. Let's say I'll say P word 1. So now in run JCL, you are supposed to access P word 1 to read the data from here. Let's say there is another scenario. So we have a like Bala is there. So Bala is working on doctor updates. Now he is updating. So I have to give some other relevant option over here. Okay, I have to give the relevant option. Now here I will create another PSB with a different name, that is PS Doctor 1. So let's say they want to update you something, it is there. I'll tell you what is the valid one. Okay, at this moment consider as a U. Okay, now so now I will ask, now I am a IMSDBA, right? So what I do, I will ask Bala, so please use this PSB only, that's all. So then I will tell them doctor has, okay, you can access doctor, the get permission, I permission, okay, so update permission or delete permission. So I will inform them. So did you understand the role of PSBT? Anyhow, we will discuss in detail about it, but in a high level, because we are going to use the terms again and again. So you should not feel something I'm explaining. You should not feel that I don't know, I don't know. Okay. So did you understand? Altogether, team, PSB will tell you, will restrict the user's access on this particular database. So we should not give permission to everyone to access all the segments, because there might be a sensitive data. Like if you take a patient details, always it will be patient details. Okay, so patient details always will be sensitive, because I cannot give it to everybody, right? I have to give it to official or government authorities. Okay, not even if you as a teacher, if you go, they don't give. So there are some limitations, in the policies or rules, government rules wise. Similarly, if you take a banks, can I share bank customer details with you? No, that is again against the policy of the bank or government. So hence, we have to restrict the access based on the application on the different segments. So restrictions, what type of the access, what database, what segment should access by that application program or by that developer. Those are all the things will be defined in a PSB. So whatever the segments you are defined here, those segments you are going to refer as per the business requirement. So the PSB concepts are going to come from the DBD only.
Venkat, next to PSB, could you write what that translates into?
Yeah, sure. I'll write it. Okay. So
Right,
in
you.
my class, okay, in my document it is there. I'll bring it that. Okay. So allow me some time. We'll copy. That's not a problem. Sure.
So PSBs are created by the developer or the DBAs?
DBA. Okay. So PSB also developer. So if you create, then you can do everything, right?
Yeah. No.
But
for
Venkat,
example,
but
you
you're saying
created
Yeah,
that
PSB.
first
You
Bala.
Yeah. So,
Bala.
so PSB you created, for example, we call it PDoc1, right? So which says that they can access the doctor database and do inserts, right? For example.
Correct.
So
Correct.
let us say some other person might want to access some another table with just reading or something like that, right? So which means for one table you can have multiple PSBs and things like that, right? So my question is, so who will create such things? For example, it is developed, right? Somebody
IMS,
might.
IMS DBA person. Okay. That is not developer responsibility.
And so PSB is always needed for accessing the table, right? Whether you do insert, read, or update, whatever the action is, a PSB is mandatory, is it?
Yes, it is a mandatory. If you want to do anything on the database, okay, you should need step to outcome. Okay, step to outcome you need.
Sorry, your voice was breaking. I could not hear the last.
What I'm saying, okay, what I'm saying is, okay, whatever you do, okay, whatever you want to do on the database, you should access through PSB only, not directly database.
Okay, makes sense.
Because
Okay.
if you
So
give
what is
PSB,
this P word G? What does mean by the G there?
get G means get, I means insert, U means update, D for delete,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
So we will see on
so
the calls. We are going to look into that.
Okay, thank you.
Chiranjeevi,
Venkat,
please
that
go ahead.
means it defines the rules and role codes. So we need to get the access to that role code, right? When we create a
Right.
table, they will create some role codes. So we need to get a access to those role codes.
Segments, okay. So here we can call as a segments, okay. Obviously it is a systematic, right? So obviously you're, let's say you got a one business requirement to work on patient database segment, patient segment. Now you will raise a request to the admin, boss, this is the business requirement, I supposed to do update, so can you please provide a PSB? So that is a request you do. Same thing, right? In how you do DB2 access, whether they give even IMSDB, also the same. Okay, the process remain the same.
Okay, in my current project, we have tables. If we want to access those tables, we need to raise a request to get the access to some role codes. So those are like defined, like if I get role access for one role code, then it would be only having select. If I have get another role code access, then I can maybe update or insert or delete something. So
Okay,
those kind of things, is my understanding
yes,
correct?
correct, your understanding is correct. So you are using your terminology according to my knowledge. Okay, you are using your project terminology here, it is similar to that only. Okay, so you will here
So
also, that depends on your client, right? Depends on the organization where you are working. Sometimes
yeah,
every all the prerequisite steps they will give it to you as a developer, but we have given all permissions, you are good to start it. There are some projects based on your requirement, you will be raising a request for your mainframe team, admin team, or your
my view
client.
is like they will not create a separate keyword or something, whatever you said. Whenever they create the DB, they create these roles also, and based on our requirement, they will grant to those role codes. I mean, a
So
PWord, a
I
PDoc
got,
one.
so this, if that is the case, so obviously the requirement will not be a constant, right? Okay, so they will issue a grant command. Okay, grant and revoke command they use in DB2, but here PSB. Okay, as simple as, if the PSB is not there, you cannot access it, they we can delete it, right? If the PSB is there with the G select access, you can read it. So as you said, there grant and revoke, here PSB.
Okay, thank you.
So Chiranjeevi, you got the answer? Chiranjeevi, are you there? Yeah, fine. Okay, so this is all about PSB. Okay, so okay, again, we need to do compilation, it will generate the load module. Here you have to do compile, it will generate the load library. That we will see when we are talking about each step in detail. So once the load library of DVD, the load library of PSB is ready, then developer is going to come into the picture. So now we will write COBOL plus IMS DB programs. So from here, so we will see how to read the data, okay, how to read the data, how to write the data, how to read means I can say how to get the data in IMSDB terminology, how to insert, how do you update, that is called replace, how do you random get unique, okay, so G get next and get next parent. So there are, these are called DNI calls. We are going to see it. Okay. So once you write the program team, so you will be doing, I'll say as a step 3. So I'm not including the JCL team, that will be there anyhow later. So I'm in giving high level steps. Okay. So this is the second time I'm giving high level part. So then compile, because this is very important. Step 5, run it, run the JCL. Okay, so this is all the steps you are supposed to do when you are going to do health hunting. Now, so as I said, today we are going to focus on DVD creation. Okay, so we are going to create DVD creation. So if we want to create a database, IMS DVD database, first you should know what is the database requirement, what is the business requirement. For your clarity, understanding purpose, this is the diagram team. Same thing, even I have written here already. So this is the one database I'm going to create. Later, I will use another database. So in our training, we are going to create a two databases. Okay. So there is a hospital, there is a ward, there is a facility, patient, symptom, treatment, and doctor. So whenever you are working on IMSDB database definition team, so please make sure that order also very important. Okay, the order is also very important. So let's start doing hands-on team. So I'm connecting to the mainframes. Yeah, so first I will create a PDF. I'll write clearly step by step here, because so you can go with my class notes. Okay, so DVD creation. Step 1, create a PDS. So team, do I am dragging the content? Let me know. Do you think, yeah, okay, my flow is fine?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, Venkat, to clear the confusions.
Right. So I'm creating a one PDS theme. So V4, okay, any PDS name. So there is no rule that IMS DB Ds. Okay. So I'm creating. You also do in the same way. So V4 IMS DVDs. So since we are creating only two databases, go with one. 5 is the primary quantity, secondary quantity 5. So keep 8800. That's all. So I created one DVD, one PDS. Okay, so record for how do you write, where you write the program, same way. Done. Step 2, write. Okay, write the DVD code. So now, so these are all the high level steps. My explanation about the explanation will be here. Okay, so team, now I created a database, right? Sorry, PDS. Now if I want to create a DVD, do you use Cobol program? Do you use assembler? Do you use PL1? Do you use other C or C++? Okay, that might be the next question. So team, if you want to create a DVD or PSB, we use assembler macros. If you know CACS, okay, some of the people attended my Kicks training, right? So we have Kicks. There are how you define the map. When you are creating a map, we use macros, assembler macros. Here also we have macros, assembler macros are there to create a database. Sorry, to create a DVD. Okay, database. So what I do team now, I'm going to create a database. Make sure the names and everything properly team. So I'm using my database, the member name HOS DVD4. Okay, HOS DBD4 is a my there. So I'm giving suffix for give. So team, you are also going to use the same ID. So I'll tell you the rules. Okay. Now it is recording. I don't want to explain those. The rules and guidelines of using ID that I'll explain. Now, so there are different macros are there team. So I'll tell you what are the macros are there. Okay. So to define, first you will define DVD. Okay. So there is a macro called DVD. There is a macro called datasec. Okay, so there is something called segment. There is something called for as all together. So by seeing this, you will be able to understand. So data DVD means why we use this macro team. So to give the to mention IMS database name, IMS database name, then access type. So whether you are using HighJam or HJAM, HighDam or HDAM or etc. Whichever the one you have to specify. So these two you will mention. As simple as syntax thing to define the DVD. So DBD, okay, so name equal. So I recommend you to give the name what I have given. for this member. Okay, so there will not be a confusion, but you can give different, but okay, better go with this. So access, as I said, I'll be using HighJam as part of our demos. So this is all about your DBD2. So this is the syntax and example I can say. So there are so many other parameters are there, but this we can call as a parameters. Those parameters are not required for us because those are all the things are anyhow in real time. These things are created by IMS DBA, even though it is not responsible. But to give a clear picture to you, I am writing the code in front of you. Next, data set. So we will mention the DD names. So DD1. So I will say hospital 1. So then I will use overflow. So if you are using HighJam, two data sets are required. One is KSDS data set. The second one is ESDS data set. So I will say for our understanding purpose, so the index values, key values will be stored in a KSDS. The rest of the data will be stored in the ESDS. So these names, KSDS1, ESDS1, I supposed to use, I should use them in run.json. That is the role. So in run.json, you are supposed to use the DD names what you are mentioning over here. So hence these are also very important. Next means you are referring again this one later, you are referring this one later. So you should know it. That is all about your database. Next, so this is a high level. So coming back to our content, so there is a segment. So first you should start defining the root. Okay, within the root, it go to the next. In the root, do we have any fields? Please define all of them. So segment, define the segment, then define the fields within the root. Okay, similarly, the another segment, then what are the another segment team? We are supposed to define what we were discussing, right? Top to bottom, left to right, front to back. The same formulas even here also. So what you will define, there are in the what segment, there are fields. Then there is another segment. Okay, so we use another macro field. Here we use a field. So to define each field, I will use a macro called field. So there can be multiple fields, right? Ward number. Okay, so there is another field here. Ward name, ward category, something like this. So there is within the ward, I have another segment called patient. In the patient, I might be having multiple fields. Okay, so I might be having this. I'm done. Next, there is another segment. So within the patient, what I have it segment symptom. Okay, so then you define field. So you define field. Then there is another segment. Okay, so symptom treatment. Okay, so then field. How many are there? You define all of them. So I'll talk about the rules of this all of them. Okay, so then doctor segment doctor. So then how many fields are there? You define all of them. Done. So I'm done all the explanation. So now at the last doc segment facility. So the same hierarchy we have discussed even yesterday also. Okay, so do you have any queries at this moment here?
Venkat, how it will take left to right or down, top to bottom, something like that.
See, such a way we have to design, right? So now I am the
How will
business
you
analyst.
patient? We have three, right?
Correct. That we will come. Okay, so that we are going to. There are there are some parameters on each field on each segment. Who is symptom is a parent of patient. That there is a linking during definition that we do. Your question is valid. We will discuss. Okay. So
Venkat, one question.
yeah.
So whatever we mention in the DBD, for that only we will be having access or what? like fields or whatever the segments.
Yes, okay. Whatever you are defining in DBD, those are all the finals. Okay. So those only you can do if you want to do any operation, you have to do only on them.
One more doubt, Venkat. For
Yeah, please.
other access methods also like HISAM, different access methods are there, right? That
Yeah.
DD1, DD2 you have mentioned. For all of them, we require to mention that
No,
for
no.
JCL.
Okay. No, no. It is not required. See, okay. If you say take a HZAM, there might be only one DD name is enough. Okay. If you take a HIDUM, you might need two DD names. So depends on the access type, the number of DD names going to come into the picture. Okay. So it is not a static. Every time two only will be there. So if I have a access ISAM, I have to use two. That is how
Okay.
the design of the IMSD. Okay. Yeah. So any other queries, team? Next. So what I'm doing, team. So there is a print. Okay. So I'll talk about what is a print. No jump. Give me some time. So what you can do, team, right? So print is another macro, but if you don't write also, it is perfectly fine. Anyhow, what is print? We will discuss. So DBD stands database descriptor. So what I said DBD, team, to mention name of the database space, you can give name equal. What is our database name? I'm going to use Asphotel DBD4. Then I'm going to give access type equal HISAM. Done. Next. So data set space DD1. I'm using Asphotel. Okay, is the DD name and overflow. Whatever I have giving before equals before equal, those are all keywords where I cannot change it. So whereas Asphotel, okay, overflow after equal, so those are all user defined, right? Before equal anything is there, those are all the macro, these are all the macro operands. Okay, what I will say, operands, these are the macro operands I can say. So overflow Asphotel FLW, okay, HOSPFLO, done. Anything you can give, team, I am perfectly fine, you give anything. So this is done, team. So next segment. So in a on segment macro, so we have a parameter called name. So what is the name you want to give for this team? I want to give Asphotel. I want to give Asphotel. So okay. So we use who is the parent, by the way. One of our colleague asked, right? So I will use, since it is a root, parent will be a 0. Okay, parent will be 0. That is the meaning of it. So 0 indicates it is Asphotel is the segment, it is a root. Next, we have something called another parameter, bytes. What is the length of the segment? So altogether it is also one type of segment only, right? So how many fields are there? What is the length of it? So I will say 60 bytes. Okay, depends on the number of fields. You can have a buffer space also. In file handling, we have a filler, right? So we might be having 5 fields with the 10, 10, 10, 50, but we will keep something buffer. Same thing can be done even here also. Next, so as I told in the notepad, in a segment, I might be having multiple fields. So FYELD is a macro. Name, it has a 3 parameters. There are 3 sub parameters. So I will say Asphotel name. This is the field name within the root segment. Then, okay, so sequence, what does mean? You are going to store the data. It is going to store the data in the ISAM in this particular database in a sequential manner. That is in ascending order. Then I can use U. U means the whatever you are storing in the Asphotel name, the value should be unique. If you try to store the duplicate values in COBOL file handling, we get 23, I guess. 23 record not found. 22 are 23 only, no?
22.
22, yeah. So 22 we will get. So in case of file handling, minus 803, right? In case of DB2. So here, those related things here. So U means unique. So I can have multiple, means you can have duplicates. That is the meaning of it. So I'll talk about the going after some time. Okay, so there are 3 types of fields. You should know it. Okay, there are 3 types of fields in DVD definition. One is key field. Okay, so key field. Then the second one is search field. The third one is undefined field. So I will discuss theoretical points later. Let me continue the hands-on. So now, since it is a U and you given a sequence, I can say it is a primary key field. I can say it is a key field. Next. So bytes. Okay, what is the length of this field? Okay, what is the length of field? 20. So from which position it is starting? Starting equal 1. So it means, okay, in this segment, first 20 bytes, 20 bytes will be the hospital name. That is the hospital name, comma, okay, comma. So what is the data type of this field? We use a macro call of operand called type. So we have a C. C means character type. Z means zonodecimal format. X means hexadecimal. B means binary format. Full word, something it is there. So that is to specify data type. Okay. So we will discuss about the data types also theoretically. So already I kept everything in the note Word document. So I have to go through it. Okay. So I don't want to go through theoretical. First I want to give a answer. Then I will see options of the each field. So team, are you clear so far? Because rest of the story is same. Okay. Are you clear now so far?
One question, Venkat. So in this
Yeah.
one, right, what is the mandatory field and what is the optional field?
Okay. So
Because
right.
right, like most of the fields, like even parameters will be like most of them will be optional, and what is exactly mandatory. And one more question, right? When you say names of the DBD or bytes, right? Is there any limit for the names and length or anything like that?
Yes. The limits are there. I noted. Okay. I did not remember, but frankly speaking, if you see the name of the DVD is 1 to 8 characters. If you talk about the name of the segment, 1 to 8 characters, you can use A to Z, 0 to 9 special characters.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. That is there. Okay. That is another 15 to 20 minutes. I am going to go through it. See, I want to give you some relax for you now, because last 4 days you are continuously listening theoretically. That's I want to break it. For that reason, I am not going to the Word document at all. Okay, but so I have answered one question. The second answer I'll give it to you. Okay, so let me see what other default. Okay, I'll tell you that also. We will try some experiment also. Fine.
Sure. And one
So
question,
I think, yeah.
Now under segment we have multiple fields, right? So altogether the length of the fields will be equal to the byte 60.
It should be equal or less than. See,
Less than, right?
you
It
are
should not be more than, right?
exactly. So if you club all the fields record length should not be greater than 60. As simple as it can be less, lesser.
Right. Got it. Yeah.
That is the behavior of the assembler macros. Not only this, even when I used to explain JCL, the maps creation, right, in CSS, the same rule is there. Okay, if you know fixed creation, it almost will be easy for you this also. Right. So
Venkat, for HiSam, you said we need 2 data sets, right?
correct.
ASDS and ESDS.
Correct. So whatever you are mentioning, overflow, against this DD name, which I am going to use run JCL, there I have to mention ESDS file. Against hospital, whatever I am mentioning, against this one, I have to mention KSDS.
Okay, overflow is also DD name.
Yes, 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 correct. It is a predefined one.
Okay. And here, what is the length of the name should be? I mean, segment name length or DBD name
See,
length.
all are 1 to 8 characters. Okay, so even database
Okay.
name is 1 to 8
Standard.
character. Yeah, 1 to 8.
Okay, like JCL.
Yes, yes,
Each qualifier should have it.
yes, yes. It's
No.
something like that.
And it should start at 8th position.
No, no, we don't have specific positions over here. Okay, you're good to
Okay, you are
start
just
somewhere.
started at 8th, but there is no
Yeah,
specific
I
position.
started, but you are good to start before 8 also. I think
Oh,
I don't think it is a problem.
okay. Fine. Thank you.
So team, here okay, here and there I might give answers later. Okay, I will cross check it. I want to tell you because when I don't know, I'll try to say that we will see tomorrow. I mean later. Okay, some of them. Okay, I try to give for all. I'll try to give the answer for all your questions. But here and there, because these are all the DBA persons, right? So I don't do much experiments over here, right? So that might be the reason where I'm not able to give exact answer. Like the example default values. Okay, so I hope you understand that. So next one thing, so I'm done. Okay, I don't want to define anything else in the hospital. That's all. But I have given 60. It's okay, right? You can give 20 or you can give more than 20. That's perfectly fine. Next, what I supposed to define team? Word. So segment name is equivalent to word. And who is a parent, by the way? The parent for this obviously will be hospital. So copy, paste it. Don't try to type it because these are all very, very important. Otherwise, you will get a compilation error and all. So hospital is the parent, comma. Okay. So what is the total the fields? Okay. Fields of word. I will go with the 31. So I'll go with the 31. Next. So field, I will go with the 3 fields team name equal. So repeat. First field name is word number. So again, one rule here team, the root segment only should have at least one primary key. Rest of the segments can have the primary key, cannot, right? So can have the primary key, may not be. That is a one point. The second point, if you want to do a random read, so at least let's say I want to read particular word number. So one of the field should be a primary key field or search field, either one of them. It should be either primary key or search field. Then only you are eligible to do random read against this word. If the fields are not primary key field, you cannot able to do random. You have to go with the sequential. No other option for you. Next, word number. Okay, so word number sequence U means your word numbers all are sequential. So fields again, what is the starting? 1 bytes will be a 2. 2 is the total word number 01, 02, 03 like that. First 2 positions. Then type equal C. Type equal C. The next one, bed availability. What is the syntax? Bed availability. So we want to know in this word how many beds are available. So that is the meaning of it. So already first 2 bytes we used in the word record, right, segment. So start always should be a 3. Okay, why it is 3? First 2 occupied already. So next it will be a 3 or somewhere else greater than 2 bytes. So I want to go with the 3. Type is equal C. Okay, C means you are good to store even integer data also, right? So the next one, word type. Okay, so this is not a primary key field or it is not a search field. Okay, it is not a search field. So next field, word type. Okay, word type. So what indicates thing? It might be a deluxe, it might be a gold word type, premium, and so on, right? So when you go to any super specialty hospitals, you can see there are different words will be there. So those details. Start 5. Okay, sorry, it will be a 6, comma, bytes, the length of the bits availability. So bytes equal. Okay, so 20, type is equal C. Type is equal C. So is anywhere syntax went wrong, team? I guess yes.
Byte.
Okay, right. So now
And
if
open
you
brace,
see, I've done, yeah, yes, yes.
open brace on that eighth line.
8th line open brace is not required now, because since I am having okay multiple parameters,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is the
my
reason
bad,
I
my
will
bad. Yeah, my bad.
no, it's perfectly fine. Right. So team, that is word. Next. So as I said, as our colleague also asked, right? Now we have to define patient. So segment name is patient. Who is a parent now, guys? Who is a parent? So according to this, who is a parent per patient?
Ward.
Ward.
So what I have to define now? What I have to
Ward.
define?
One.
So already we defined, right? It should be word. So then, okay, so what I can go with the length. Okay, so bytes, I will go with the 40. Next, I have to define the fields. Okay, so patient we are defining patient. So you can give any name, but you should use same names in our programs. Okay, you can say these are all the columns if you're talking about DB2 terminologies. Wherever field is there, segment is equivalent to table, field is nothing called column. In the patient, there are 3 fields team. One is bed. Okay, so bed identifier. For this patient, there will be a bed, right? So there is a patient name and patient amount. So I am going with the deal with the 3 fields. One is I'm making bed integer identifier for this particular person, sequence and u. Okay, unique. Start equal 1, bytes equal 4, type is equal C. Next, so patient name start is equal 5. Why it is 5 team? Already first 4 bytes I use it for the bed identifier. So I have to use start. Next, so bytes.
One doubt here, Venkat.
Yes.
So in every segment for one of the fields, we need to set up sequence unique like that.
Not a mandatory. I told you, right? Only for root is a mandatory. Rest of the segments can have the primary key, may not be having. If any segment doesn't have any search field or primary key, then from that segment you can read only sequential.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the U stand for?
And
Come again?
U after sequence means
Unique.
Unique.
U means unique.
Okay.
U means unique, so that it will allow only unique records. So if I give yum, it will allow duplicates also. We are going to deal that also in another database. So this is the one database, right? So we are going to do hands-on on 2 databases. So one is both are related to hospital, but the way of the database structure will be different.
in
Next,
Venkat, we can define multiple fields, right, as a unique sequence like that. Under
yes.
one
But
segment.
if we can, no. In a segment, only one field should be a primary key. But if you want to use, you can use a composite key, like that is called concordinate key or composite key. So you can use 2 fields. That I have to see the definition, but you can use 2 fields to make one primary key. That is possible. And other rules team, in the database, segment names should be unique. In our system, database name also should be unique. Okay, so in our system, database name should be unique. Within the database, segment names should be unique. Within the segment, field names should be unique. Names I am talking. So I hope I answered the recent question. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Patient amount AMT start 26 because 1 to 4, then okay, so 5 to 25 till 25 bytes occupied by the bed identifier, patient name. Now patient amount, okay, so bytes will be 10 bytes. I can go with the type binary decimal, packet decimal and all, but I'm going with the C. That's okay. Okay, team. So this is all about what is called patient. So now this patient has 3 children, correct? Okay. So what are those? Symptom, treatment, doctor. So define in the same hierarchical manner. So segment, name, okay. Segment, okay, anything went wrong. Segment, name, okay. So we will define symptom. Symptom, okay. Symptom and parent. Who is a parent now, guys? Who is a parent?
Patient.
Patient, exactly. Bytes equal 30. So next, so now somebody asked me the question, I guess Nagendra or somebody. Did you understand how the linking is there? How system knows who is the parent, who is the children? Did
Yes,
you
Venkat.
understand?
Yes, yes.
Who asked the question? I could not able to see.
Myself, Nagendra.
Okay, fine. So team, so I'm defining now field of it, field name of the field, symptom, date, symptom, symptom, date, sequence, comma, U. Okay, so U, then starting position will be a 1. So bytes equal 6, type is equal 6. So this is the one. Next, there is another field. Okay, so there is another field. I'm using name. Okay, diagnose. Start equals 7 bytes, 20, type is equal 6. Type is equal 6. Next, those are all the 2 fields I want to deal with that tip. Segment, I'm defining what is the next one? Treatment. Segment name is equal to treatment. Then who is the parent for this? Patient only. So I recommend you copy, paste it. Okay. So that you don't get any type errors. Okay. Patient and bytes will be 30. Next, so I have to define 2 fields. Up to you team. Okay. Field name equal treatment. So treatment, date, sequence, U, start equal 1, bytes is equal 6, type is equal 6. So treatment date. Now similarly, we will declare treatment type. Okay. Field name, treatment type. Okay. So start will be, what will be the start position team here? 7. Comma. What will be the length I can give? BYTS bytes. I can give 20, type is equal. Next, we have to define the last but one. In the patient, segment name equal name equal doctor, comma. Okay, so parent will be a patient. What is the bytes? What is the total length of that? So we can give T 40. Okay. So you can give the entire segment type also like CT. Okay. You're good to give in that way also. Okay. So all of them will be character type. So if you don't give, that is perfectly fine. That is also fine. So field is equal. So name, doctor name. So is the doctor name. Start is equal to 1. Bytes equal 20. So type is equal to C. Next another field name. So specialty of the doctor. Start is equal to 21 bytes. Okay, so 20 type is equal to C. So the last one we are done with the doctor. So last one is what? Facility. Segment name is equal facility, comma parent. Who is the parent? Now the root. So because root is what? Hospital only, right? So go here on the top. Somebody. So we use bytes. So BYTES bytes you can give. We can give 26. So we have two fields in that. We can have two fields or more than. FIL facility type name equal FAC type field equal name FACT available, something like this. Now start equal 1, bytes equal 20, the length of it type is equal to C. So when it is coming back to here, start is equal to 21, bytes is equal to 3, type is equal to C. Okay, so once you are done, the last DBD gen. So boss, I am completed my DBD generation. Please generate the load library. So then finish and end. So according to my knowledge team, these two statements will be there in any assembler macros. Okay, when I was using this maps creation, there also these two parameters are there. These two macros here also we have it. So I guess wherever people are using assembler macros, so there these two will come. Okay, so that I can say. Okay, so this is all about how you define the database. Okay, so since we already had a discussion about the tree structure, we discussed about the terminologies. That is the reason it become for us very easy to explain or for you to understand. Okay, so that's all for today from my end. Let me stop the recording and we will see compilation and rest of the steps in tomorrow's session.